Ready? As mayor, I'll call this meeting to order with the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Murder. Riley.
Here.
Schneider.
Here.
Sofa.
Here.
Stoops.
Here.
Wilson.
Here.
Zukas. Here.
Gary, you actually are on the agenda, so we're going to hold off on, you're going to be at number, or right here at the top here, but not agenda. Sorry about that. City administration, Donna?
Yes, next Thursday and Friday, we have that class in Lansing, so the office will be closed, but if you need anything, you can go to the police department.
Justin?
Friday, we have a helicopter coming into the school for the school's annual field day, so if anybody has not seen a helicopter land on the football field, you can stop in at 1 o'clock.
Are they giving rides?
Probably not that time.
That's it? Yeah.
Just one quick thing, Friday, June 15th at 10 a.m. Terry Blunt, our school liaison officer since 2005, is officially retiring for good. So I'm having a cake and I've had a plaque made for him with his 2 prior badges. So we're gonna have it right here in the council chambers, a little ceremony. If anybody'd like to stop by for 5 minutes, wish him luck. Like I said, he did his years at the sheriff's department. Now he's done about 14 years here, so.
And what was the date again?
June 15th at 10 a.m., so it's not this Friday, it's the following Friday.
Okay, and that's a Friday?
Yes. And it's gonna be a quick ceremony, but if anybody wants to come and talk and say things about him, because he was our school officer for all those years, and he knows all the kids from, they were kindergartners up to graduating.
Is somebody filling in for him? Somebody gonna take over?
We're negotiating with the school, but yes, they will. Yeah, we are gonna have at least 4 days, possibly 5 days a week of somebody there.
That's the end of the school year, so.
This year it's done at the end of the school year, that's why it's late.
I just wonder, Justin, isn't that the day of field day? Isn't that the 15th?
No, the field day is this Friday.
Oh, okay.
That's it, thank you.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll have a chance to look over the minutes of, I'm sorry. We need to amend the agenda.
We need to amend the agenda under new business number 13, police department's POAM contract. And I'll make a motion to accept the agenda as amended.
Support.
Riley.
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes.
Sofa.
Yes.
Stoops.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Zukas. Yes. Murder.
Yes.
Was there any questions about the May 15th meeting and the budget meeting of May 21st?
Yeah, there's three corrections on the budget meeting. Number 2, change that wage to wage. I don't know whether Freudian slip or not, but anyway. And if you go down to the water and sewer, on the expenditure portion, change that to $280,104. And the next change is on the motion to support, adopt the City of Memphis fiscal year budget 2018-19. And that was a motion that was by department. So for the changes, I make a motion that we adopt both regular meeting and the special meeting.
Support.
Schneider.
Yes.
Sofa.
Yes.
Stoops.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Zukas. Yes. Murder.
Yes.
Riley.
Yes.
Presentation and approval of May disbursements report of $68,721.43 and electronic wire transfers of $7,195.41. Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to pay the disbursement wire transfers for some amounts.
Support. Sofa.
Yes.
Stoops.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Zukas. Yes. Murder.
Yes.
Riley,
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes. We never did receive an email about that ORV thing, right? Somebody had told me they were gonna send him an email about it, but apparently never got it. But I was last week, so. Communications, we have received none, no unfinished business. New business one, sale of air compressor to go back into the fire department equipment and replacement fund.
We sold our old cascade system to the fire department up in the UP, so we'd like to put that money back in the equipment replacement fund.
Any questions?
Make a motion to put the $1,200 from selling the air compressor back into the emergency replacement fund.
Support.
Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson, Lucas,
Yes.
Martyr,
Yes.
Riley,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa.
Yes.
Okay, so, we kind of missed this at the budget meeting, unfortunately. Do you want to explain it quickly? For what?
Union?
No, the wage increase.
Okay, I didn't know if we were doing okay. This is for our administrative secretary, Karen Peters. She's been very valuable to me since I came in. She grew up in Memphis, still lives in the area. She knows everybody, so if I ever have any questions, she's great at giving me information. What I did when I made my budget this year for her wages, I figured out to the amount that she had been making. Well, then I realized, while the budget was going into effect, she takes the holidays off a year, which is 8 holidays a year. So I figured out with the money I have in that budget, if I could give her $1 raise, it would still equal the amount of the budgeted amount of money. So I would like to recommend $1 wage for her to get her in line with the other secretary with the city. It's not the exact amount, but it's a little higher and closer to that. It will not increase my budget. It's the same amount with those mandatory holidays she has to take off.
Anybody have a problem with that? I think it's a great idea.
I'll make a motion to increase Karen Peters' pay from $12 an hour to $13 an hour.
Support.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lucas,
Yes.
Martyr,
Yes.
Riley,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Stoops.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, Larry, do we have a speaker that wants to speak, or is that?
It needs to come up.
He's
He's on the agenda.
Oh, he is?
on the agenda, yeah, number 4. For some reason, I thought we didn't put it on the agenda, we were gonna do him under sidelines, but he's on there, number 4.
Oh, okay. All right. I see it.
Okay, fire department invoice from Apollo Fire for $3,008.90.
It was an emergency repair. We had to have the clutch fan replaced on our big truck, the water one. Apollo replaced it for us.
Pretty cut and dry. Any questions?
I'll make a motion to pay Apollo Fire Apparatus for repair of the truck for $3,008.90.
Support.
Lucas,
Yes.
Martyr,
Yes.
Riley,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Okay, so we have Gary Bristow from Ontario here with us tonight, and they would like to switch our trash pickup day from Thursday to Friday. Gary, I'll give you the floor if you want to explain it.
Yeah, let me just toss out some information that we sent to all the residents explaining that there'll be a day change.
No, they will sign.
It's,
So
I've been doing
Memphis
this-
is in the village, right?
Pardon me?
No, it's a city.
We are a
Oh,
city, just for the record.
the girl that works for me. It's
Okay.
my fault.
That's all right.
I didn't know you guys were a city. Well, okay. Anyhow, this is something we send out to all the residents, advising them of the day change. The reason for this is that we were awarded the city of Port Huron, and in the waste business, we have many trucks, and it's all about routing. And we're gonna do Port Huron Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So we needed a truck from a community like Memphis to move to Friday, then we would have access to that to do Port Huron. In all the time I've done this, I've done probably 15 or 20 day changes. I'm responsible for 66 different municipalities, and they're all seamless. I've never gotten a complaint. Nothing really changes, but it does give us an opportunity if we miss a stop on Friday. We're not, when we get missed stops, it's like, let's say we miss a stop on Thursday, well, then the next day we have to pull a truck, we have to wait till a truck is available, because they're on the route for Friday. So this, we can just send out a pickup truck, or on a Saturday, just bring somebody in, and it makes it easier for us to correct anything that we've done as we went through this, through the pickup.
And you're gonna send this out to?
Yeah, it's our, I'll get with the clerk to get the addresses, and we'll send this out. And then, that first week, well, this explains the change and what happens. Well, in July, it's effective July 1st, however, there's July 4th in there, so your first pickup day will be, for that week only, will be on Saturday, because it's all moving forward. And we appreciate your business, and we appreciate your help.
So when is this gonna start?
It's gonna start
July 1st?
the first week of July.
Okay.
The first pickup won't be until, because of the 4th of July, it'll be on the,
It'll be Saturday?
yeah, it'll be Saturday.
Okay, so and if a holiday falls on Friday, then
Yeah.
it would be
Yeah,
Saturday?
it'll be, yes. Every holiday that falls during the week, moves everything else
Everything
forward,
else,
it'll be a
Yeah,
Saturday.
so it'll always be
You
a
wouldn't have to
Saturday.
hold it till Monday, that's good.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you'll be garbageless on the weekend in most circumstances, so. But we'd certainly appreciate that, if you would be so kind as to give us that opportunity. I have to amend the contract for the day change. So I need your support. And as I said before, I've been doing this for a long time, done a lot of day changes, and about a month or two after, everybody forgets that they were being picked up on Thursday instead of Friday.
It'll be the first change since I've been in Memphis for us for a day
Is
change.
it? Oh, okay.
I couldn't think of any reason not to do it, so.
I can't either, so.
Anybody have any other questions?
No.
Do we need a motion for
Yeah,
that,
we
Larry?
should make a motion, yeah. I'll make a motion that we approve the change from Thursday to Friday effective July 1st.
Support.
Martyr,
Yes.
Riley,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lucas.
Yes.
You'll change the contract and send us a copy of it then?
Oh, yes, yeah, you'll have to initial it.
Yep, all right.
Okay, thank you very
Thank you.
much
Thank you very much.
for the help.
Okay, ordinance number 202, operation of ORVs. You guys all get a chance to look that over?
Yes, I did. Over, and I have to say, this is the first time that we've had an ordinance since I've been here that we made it effective immediately. So, and we can do that by charter, I understand that, but it's the first time.
Yeah, it was actually our genius clerk's idea, because of, we're getting into the summer, and by the time we went through that whole process, because there's a chance of some danger with them, we felt rather than waiting a month or two to get it done when everything shuts down, it would be something better to look at if you guys would consider that.
Yeah, and this has been reviewed by our lawyer, I think.
He actually, Don and I kind of went over it, and he actually was the one that actually wrote the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it was, we got it back, reviewed some things, sent it back, so it was back and forth, but yes, he actually wrote it.
Yeah. Okay. And there is a separate resolution for,
To adopt it.
Yes, because the attorney said for a golf cart, you do not need an ordinance, you can use a resolution.
yeah, okay. So it'll be two separate things. Yeah, so. I really don't really, I don't really have any questions on it.
With both the golf cart and the ORV, our intention is not to use this to burn people. Our intention are for two major reasons is, if somebody's doing something stupid and we say, hey, you can't do it, everybody's gonna get a warning. Unless the guy's flipping around and rolling the thing. This gives us the thing that we now can issue a citation, which again, that will not happen except in extremes. And it also hopefully protects the city because it puts it out there that if two people do something stupid or something, they don't just come after the city, which is the biggest pockets. Again, it will not be, we are not looking to burn people. I think I told Scott, I think I've pretty much talked to every single person that's had a golf cart. So we're not even saying things to people. If we see somebody new in town or they're on a four-wheeler, they don't have a helmet on, we'll say, hey, next time you're in town or take it home, put a helmet on, turn your headlight on. We're not looking at burning them. We want them to, unless we run into that person over and over and over.
Just make a whole bunch of copies of this so you can hand them out.
Yes, we will do that.
Really, I guess you're gonna have a whole lot of questions about this.
Right, and St. Clair County does have the same rule. We took it off of theirs, but the attorney geared it towards ours because actually St. Clair County's is, you're not supposed to be on any cement roads other than crossing over or going a mile because they have so much more area. Ours is 25 miles per hour. You can be on any road except for M19 and Boardman because M19 is a state road and Boardman I think could interfere with traffic that, not right now in that section, but when it's open it could interfere with that. But again, we're not, if people are crossing over, they're coming down they're going from Cole to get to, I mean, even if they give me a reason, yeah, I'm pulling, we're not gonna mess with them. I mean, it's gonna be.
So they can cross the street, or
Yes, and
like you say, Cole Street, you gotta go down the road a little bit to cross.
Yes, and that's in there to cross. And we're gonna, I mean, if guy says I'm driving from Cole, I need to get over to Church, we're not gonna, I mean, there's other places they could turn between there, but we're not gonna burn. We have no intention of writing. My goal is to not write any citations on this at all unless somebody does something stupid or just says, I'm not following your rules, I'm, or drinking. Well, that'll be a whole different thing. That'll be a drunk driving. So.
What kind of ticket would they get for that then?
What's that?
What kind of ticket would they get?
It's a $500 fine.
It's a $500 fine.
Yes.
But since
Is that on the ordinance?
Yes, it is. It's in near the end.
But that's not, it's not on a driving record, no Secretary of State, no points, anything like that,
Well,
it's just
I
a
mean,
citation.
I don't think that one goes on the driving record, but if it goes to the point where a guy's being really stupid, we can write him for reckless driving too.
Oh, okay.
And then that would go on there, but we would use this first before, unless somebody was really doing something.
We're doing it all, yeah.
We're gonna do these one at a time, right?
Yes,
Larry,
yes, one at a time.
any other questions?
No.
Go ahead, Larry.
Yeah, okay, and I make a motion then that we approve the operation of off-road vehicles on city roads, ordinance number 202.
Support.
Riley,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa, Dukes,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lucas,
Yes.
Murder.
Yes.
Thank you.
Do we need a motion for effective immediately?
For the emergency?
Well,
Well, the motion should state that maybe.
yes, I think
Yeah.
it should.
So it's been introduced and adopted, right?
Yeah.
Today, right?
Yeah.
Under an emergency ordinance
Yeah,
guidelines.
yeah.
That's definitely a new one on me.
Then we move the resolution to,
And the resolution.
Do you want to read it? Do I need to read that, Larry?
you could read it, we have in the past sometimes read them, yeah, so, but, yeah, why don't you read it, yeah.
To me. Whereas the city council desires to permit the operation of golf carts on city streets. Whereas MCL 257.657A permits the city by resolution to permit the operation of golf carts on city streets, subject to the restrictions detailed in said statute. Now therefore it is hereby resolved that pursuant to MCL 257.657A, as amended from time to time and subject to the following. The City of Memphis authorizes the operation of golf carts on the streets of the city. Except for ingress or egress, golf carts may not be operated on paved or asphalted streets that have a speed limit of 25 miles per hour or more. Operation of golf carts shall be subject to the limitations and restrictions detailed in MCL 257.657A, amended from time to time, and golf carts may not be operated on any portion of M19 or Boardman Road located within the city. So hopefully that will...
Doesn't make, number one doesn't make sense. You just told them they couldn't drive it.
No, it's, number one is saying the
25
grade,
miles an hour.
Yeah.
meaning you can't go on board, meaning you can't go on,
That have a speed limit of 25 miles per hour or more.
Right.
which is only M19.
You need 26 miles per hour or more.
Because all the side streets are,
It's 25 or more, so,
More than 25 miles an hour.
yeah, we need to change that a little bit.
What is ingress or egress?
Crossing.
Crossing.
So for
Speed
instance, if
limit
some,
of more than 25, right?
yes,
Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Good catch.
and really our only street that has that is M19. Nobody on Boardman's 25 all the way. Well, Boardman, I'm sorry, at that end it hits 35 for a little bit, so.
Ready for a motion?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to accept the golf cart resolution, emergency resolution, as presented.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes?
Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Zupas,
Yes.
Martyr,
Yes.
Riley.
Yes. So it's as amended, here's your
As
original
amended,
copy.
then.
Thank you. Okay, budget amendments. So we have administrative memo number 10 of 2017-2018 for assessing, city hall, youth center, street lighting, and the police department from the sale of the vehicles. Anybody have any questions about this? I'll take a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve administration number 10 as stated.
Support.
Sofa,
Yes.
Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Zupas,
Yes.
Martyr,
Yes.
Riley,
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes. Okay, the community center regarding the elevator. Larry and I met with an elevator company, a lift company, over at the library, and we're not really sure how to proceed with it. Go ahead, Larry, why don't you tell them the story?
Yeah, it's, I got mixed emotions on this. The first memo I gave you is, this shows the kind of the schedule for the NOFA schedule that they will, how they elect the contract. The applications due this Friday, and they then have a scoring that consists of 100 points. That how they score, who submits application. The higher the points, then you're more apt to get your allocation. And so that kind of explains the dates there. And then I had a spreadsheet there that kind of explained the costs and so on. And I had to change it. The elevator itself is about 18.7, and we did get a quote on that, by the way, from the people that we met with. But the administration cost, I had estimated at $3,000. Well, that's going to be $4,550. So that's $23,250. And then there's other things that Memphis we either do in-house or contract out, and that would consist of about $1,600. So the total now would be $24,850. The grant, assuming that would get paid for the administrative cost, would be $23,250 if we got it. Now, so I made some assumptions there, and then the revamped memo I gave you that If the grant elevator only, then that would be for 18,700, and we have to come up with 6,150. And so, but if we got the grant, of course, we tentatively are probably $1,600. We have got paid for engineering costs when we did the council, the offices here.
The entrance.
And when we put the bids in for the ramp and the ADA doors, we would have got paid for the administrative costs as well. Technically, the administrative costs are supposed to be put up for competitive bid. We did get 2 competitive bids on that. I also have 2 competitive bids on this as well. I did talk to Michael at the Macomb County there, and they said, well, probably, but they wouldn't guarantee that we would get that. And of course, there's no guarantee we'll even get the grant. And part of the scoring process is that if you can have it done by the end of the year, you get scored 15. If we can't, then we get 5. And the other where you gain a higher score is if they have not recaptured any money of the grant money in the last 2 years. Well, they have recaptured because we have not been able to do both of those projects. So instead of getting 15, we'll probably get 5 there. So I took their score. They're going to do the scoring, but I kind of went through it myself. I would think probably of 100 points, we might end up with 60 or maybe 65. Which is not really good. However, there's significant money there. I forget what that figure was now. I think it was around 690,000 or something like that.
670.
Yeah, 670, okay. And so there's a lot of money there. But, the sheet I give you here, that's just handwritten, I did the dates that, like tentatively dates that in order to do that project. In order to get it done by the end of the year, we would actually have to start that project as far as the administrative part and getting architectural drawings and getting the bid package put together and et cetera. We'd have to start that quite soon. That would probably knock off 6 weeks. Therefore, we could get it done by the end of the year. However, to do that, and if you didn't get a copy of it, I don't think from Bill Hogan or Hogan Associates, but the cost just of doing that would be actually $2,400.
So that could be money out of the city's pocket to do this and not get the grant.
And not get
We
the
would
grant.
have to eat that cost.
Right.
But if we did this ahead of time, if at a later point in time, we've already done this legwork, and we've spent the money, we wouldn't have to do it again, right?
You'd have that, if we applied for the same grant later on?
Yeah, some other monies at a different point in time, if we've already gone through the legwork and spent the administrative fees.
I wouldn't lay money on that one, because
Yeah.
they usually want fresh
Yeah, well,
estimates and fresh.
it would probably, if you had the same firm doing it, it would probably maybe simplify it a little bit more, but I would be really reluctant to spend $2,400 of our money. We've already spent approximately $5,000 and got no return on it, because the one is, when the bid was about 2.5 times what it should bid.
That was $60-some thousand.
$65,000.
Do we even have an estimate of what the bid would be for the elevator?
Yes, we do. We do have that. It's 18,700.
Here's part of the problem though. So when you order the elevator, it takes 8 weeks for them to actually build the mechanism. That's their estimated time. They don't put the money up till September 1st, and it has to be done by the end of the year. So even if we ordered it on the day that the money was awarded, you've already lost 2 months before you even have the thing here. So it could be pretty tight.
Yeah.
So this is something that we should get the ball rolling on early next fiscal year? Or-
No, you could only, see, I would have.
This is
no pro-
recaptured money,
Yeah.
we only were eligible for $7,500 from CDBG. Well, apparently a lot of other people have had problems spending their money also, because all of a sudden they have, $600, almost $700,000 left over here at the end of the period, and they're trying to find a way to.
See, I wouldn't have a problem with it if we actually had this is our money we had available. Because you'd know that, and you'd just say, okay, we'll go ahead with it. But there's too many unknowns here.
It's a gamble
And
a little bit.
now the thing we, could do, you could submit the application, and but the thing, if you got it, and then you couldn't meet the dates, you're in trouble
Right.
again. We sweated this one over here when we did that, because we weren't meeting the dates, and we were threatened that then we would have to pick up, we'd have to anything they give us, we'd have to reimburse and pay for the whole thing ourselves. And I had some sleepless nights over that, because we were talking $40,000 or better. And so it ended up, it went through, and we got nice offices, and they're 100% better than they were. But I tell you, it was, we had a bad contractor on that, we had a contractor, and it was more difficult. I shouldn't say that publicly, probably.
No, he was great. He was great.
Right, okay, yeah, anyway, but we did have problems. So that's why I'm a little bit ambivalent about what we should do here.
You almost need to spend the money, get all the engineering work done, get all your plans done before you even know if you have the grant. I mean, not just overseeing it.
And that's-
That's what
and
I
that's
say.
what-
So what we're doing is with $2,400, we could be taking a big gamble.
Yeah.
Why did they give such a short time frame?
Well, I don't know.
It's recaptured money, so
I think
it's
it's
basically money that needs to be spent this year that they couldn't
Yeah.
put out in, because I think our other CDBG project was due in February or something, right?
Yeah.
Normally it's in February, so now they have all this money, obviously there's a lot of people that are having trouble meeting the criteria and spending the money, and plus your cost just goes so far over and above, what it would normally be with
And,
the.
Yeah, your speculations on your budget are, at the best speculations. It's one of those, it's like, you look at the last time we looked at how high it came. When you look at the cost of the elevator, and depending on what the work outlook is for everybody and contractors, how busy they are, and your availability to come in and do it.
Exactly, with them just trying to find an electrician to do that job could be challenging a little.
Yeah, so see, the problem is, I think what's happening is that we used to get 35,000 a year. And not only that, we could have multi-year contracts. Or we could take it and have a project, and I think this happened on Pratt Road, where the project came in at X amount of dollars. The CBG funds available at that time were much less. We were able to transfer money from from somewhere like rainy day fund, and then future CBG monies pay that back. You can no longer do that. You get the money this year, you spend it this year, and it's very little money. And when you take the administrative cost, whether you were doing a $100,000 project or whether you were doing a $10,000 project, is practically the same. You got to go through the same work. You got to do architectural drawings. You got to put a bid package together. You got to do the prevailing wage, and you got to justify. You got to verify that, through payrolls and all that kind of stuff. So whether you're doing a big or smaller project, matter of fact, this is $4,500 or $4,550, whatever it is. Here, that could probably do that. If you had a $100,000 project, you probably wouldn't need more. It might be slightly more because you may have more contractors you've got to work, you've got to verify what they did. But if you had a $7,500 project, you're going to spend $4,000 or $5,000 in administrative costs. It's just not there economically. It's ridiculous. And I know that we've been on the elevators or a ramp. We've been going round and round on that over there for quite a few years now, why this makes it difficult, because there's no guarantee you're going to get it. Now, the other was, we knew that money was available and it was ours that we could spend it. This, We're going to be graded on some sort of a scoring schedule. If we're high enough up, we'll get it, or if there's not enough people apply for that money, and ours is in the, say, $25,000 range, it may be, we'd be more apt to get it, but it's a gamble. And that's why I don't feel like we should spend any money ahead of getting it. Like if we apply for it, and we wait to see what happens, and then
Apply and then have to go like crazy.
try to get it done, yeah.
Well, that's another thing too, is when the project does start, we're gonna be under the gun to try to get the thing finished, and
And I know we
that
sweated this.
rarely works out. in
We
your
really
favor.
sweated this one out, and this one,
You know, like I said, I mean, yeah, they say 8 weeks for the elevator, but man, if that thing turns into 10 weeks, all of a sudden,
It's over.
yeah, you're in the middle of December before they're pulling up with the thing, and you're still trying to put it all together, and you still have to go back and verify all the payroll.
You ever use performance bonds with contractors? I know we have them out west where they have a time frame they have to adhere to.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But would something like that at least cover the city as far as if these guys where we hired didn't get it finished in a certain amount of time?
But if you don't get it finished, you can lose the grant.
you'll lose that.
I mean, you can't have the performance bond be like the whole value of the grant, you know what I'm saying? We actually had a performance bond when we did the entrance.
18.7, I guess, at least, you know, to cover. And I don't know how that works here. I know how this Phoenix.
So,
What type of elevator is this?
It's a lift.
It's a lift.
It's just a lift,
Yeah.
right? It's not a chair lift that goes up
No,
the
no.
stairs,
No,
it's
no.
an actual chair.
If you wanna look at this afterward, this is what it is. It's all, everything's.
It's an enclosure, it has,
it's a small gated lift.
Right, okay, I've seen them.
when the door's closed, it'll go up and down. If the doors aren't closed, it's
What-
basically locked out of.
What would the chair lift cost?
Chair lift is a problem because you don't have enough space. at
There's
the
not enough
bottom.
room in the front of the stairs,
Yeah.
between the door and the stairs,
Uh,
to actually have that thing
Go
come
in
down,
there.
and just the person trying to get into the position of, you know, getting into the front of the stairs to get onto the lift.
You'd have to
There's
bring
just
the
not-
front of the building out.
You'd have to change the
Yeah,
entrance.
yeah, and that, very expensive. So I just kind of put this thing to bed, very simply is that I don't recommend spending any money. If we want to submit the application, we submit it and get it in by this Friday, and then we see what happens down the road.
Yeah, so it's gotta be in this Friday.
Yeah, it's gotta be in this Friday. And
We just found out about it,
last
week.
Friday.
Yeah, last Friday, yeah.
Yeah, this is. came
last
up-
Friday they sent us the email.
It just came up all of a sudden. And so it's been rushed, and if we do that, then we just wait and see what happens down the road, and it'll probably be, and they'll let us know by August 31st. You know, they might be a week early or something, but it'll be August 31st. And then if we do get it, then we really gotta move, because I haven't talked.
In my mind, you almost have to say, if we don't get this grant, we're just gonna buy the thing out of our rainy day fund and install it over there, and hopefully we get the grant. That's the only way I can look at it with a clear conscience, to say, look, it's gonna cost us $18,000 or whatever it's gonna be, and that's what it is. We may get this grant September 1st, and if we do, it'll be great. I mean, is that how you feel, Larry, or no?
Well, I just feel.
I mean, other than spending the $18,000.
Well, see, you can't spend the money ahead of time and get reimbursed.
Well, no, what I'm saying is you commit to
Oh, do it.
saying that we're gonna do this project no matter what.
And hope for the grant, but if we don't, we got the money.
Well, that, yeah.
That's the way I look at it anyways.
And I think that over there, if we were going to spend some money, we should spend it on the back of the building and reconstruct that so that we have another exit up there. And I think that's really more important from a safety standpoint than even the ramp,
So
the elevator, because I know if a handicapped person wants to use it and we have something going on, they can't, that's bad too, but if getting another exit out of that building that actually works, I think is really more important.
So, if we were to put an exit out the back of the building, we could build a regular ramp, right? And wouldn't go a handicap ramp. If you had a legitimate back door exit with a little porch, and you can make a back entrance, and that would be the handicap entrance.
I don't know, you may be.
You gotta remember though, it's like, is it 52 inches? Is that what it is, Larry? Or 42 inches, so the ramp has to be like 43 feet long. That's where it gets weird with the ramp. The ramp is quite,
Yeah, see, you can only have a certain grade for foot. I don't remember
You
just.
go up so far, you have to have a flat spot, turn, again, a flat spot, turn.
yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think you can do that, but, so,
I mean, you could do it, but it would,
What?
the ramp would practically go to the front of the building, you'd be ramped up all the way around to the back. And I'm not really, I mean, that was one thing about the ramp, was that we have a second way of getting in and out if something should happen, and plus you get the ramp. But
Well, I
obviously,
got-
now people have to go outside if they wanna go downstairs to use the bathroom, so, it's all,
I got another quote on the ramp too, and I tried to look for it, I must have misfiled it because I can't find it. And, but it was, under $20,000, so, and that ramp, I went out for competitive quote there, we got one bid, $65,000, so,
So you got another one under 20,000?
right, well, the $65,000 bid was to conform to the CDBG grant, which has the Bacon Davis
Davis, yeah.
prevailing wage,
And the grant that I
And-
got was just,
and all the oversight that goes with it.
yeah, all right, so,
There's just a lot of paper, I mean,
yeah.
I'm not sure if it was the CDBG book or not, if that was for something different, but it seems to me it was, I mean, that one for Boardman Road, it was like this big.
Oh, yeah.
And I think the one that I remember from when they did the City Hall, it was like this big. And it's just a three-ring binder with just all the, number one, A, B, C, D, and it just. all
Rules
the-
and regulations,
all the
and
rules.
it's unbelievable what you gotta go through, so, is there any more questions on it? I guess we beat it to death already, so is there any more questions on it, and then we've gotta decide, just drop it, or not, so I'm kind of,
I mean, like I said, in my mind, if we're gonna do it, we probably should just commit to doing it. And if we don't get the grant money, we take it out of our rainy day fund. But I know that,
So,
That's
yeah,
what Larry's-
it's something that we'd end up having to,
Well, it just tells me, it sounds like we need to, between what Larry said, is that we'd have to put it on a committee or council to see what's more priority over that building to get done.
I think, I agree, and we can look at that and maybe do something. I'm kind of inclined not to do anything, but if you guys want us to proceed, well, we can proceed, but I'm kind of inclined not to do it this time, so, but that's.
I'm interested in this $20,000 bid that you got.
Pardon?
The $20,000 bid, it sounds like if that's an option, that's some way we can get people in there.
Yeah, the only thing I hate about ramps, they look ugly. We're an elevator.
well, and you end up with maintenance outside the building and.
Yeah. Of course, the other thing with the ramp, you gotta go through inspections, what did you tell us, every 6 months?
the elevator, twice a year,
I mean, the elevator.
twice a year.
Yeah, twice a year, and,
Well, you have to do maintenance on it twice a year, but the inspector can show up at any time,
Yeah,
and you
that's-
just have to make sure that your book is up to date
yeah,
and
yeah, you gotta,
all your maintenance was done.
you gotta have
on
it, you
schedule.
gotta inspect it, you gotta date it, and all that kind of
Who
stuff.
would be in, who would,
I don't think they're very.
Do that, right?
I suppose.
No.
You know,
No, it has to be a certified elevator mechanic, and then the state does the inspections.
Yeah, the
And
state
they
does
just sort of pop up, they don't call you or anything, they just kind of show up and.
And what do you say, you give us a cost on that, too,
Was it one-
$75.
Or one-
I think it was a little more than that.
150?
Yeah, I think so, yeah, so.
Yeah, I think it's one.
I think
I
it
think
was
$300 a year.
$300 a year.
Yeah,
wasn't it,
that
something
sounds
like
right,
that? Yeah, so it's $150. And then, yeah, so what's your opinion on this? So let's get this done, so.
I'd just table it, because the CBGCB fund seems to be more of a hassle anymore than even being bothered with.
And if it doesn't go through, it gets recaptured again.
Well, you never know, it can come up again, you know.
Well, then again,
And that-
we could be the only city that sends in the grant for it, because everybody else says, forget it, and
That's
we could end
possible.
up all going.
Yep.
So we fill out the application and send it in.
Pardon?
Fill out the application, send it in. see what
Well,
happens.
that's one option, the other option is we just do nothing at this point.
Do we have, we have a drawing already, right?
Of the ramp, of the elevator, no. No.
So I thought we already had, I mean, the actual elevator itself,
We have a
I
quote,
thought that,
we have a quote, but we don't have any.
A spec drawing?
No. Now, we. for
I mean, because
that-
I know they're gonna do a drawing of the actual mechanism, right? But then we
Well,
need a drawing for actually how it fits into the
They were gonna do
building.
shop drawings, but they canceled that. They stopped that, because I called them and told them we have to do competitive bid. So they're not gonna do shop drawings until they know they got, which I understand, like,
Sure.
it should go, you know, so they weren't gonna do the shop drawings. But, no, we don't have anything, what we did, as you know, when we had the other ramp in there, I got thinking about that, and we had Mel cut it out, and Al, Harold, and I, we painted it and did the draw, whatever, did that and finished it up. And I think the fire department put that old elevator in there. I'm glad somebody didn't get hurt on that, that was kind of risky. But anyway, that's another story.
So,
There's been recaptured funds for the last few years. So if he thinks the back of the building is more important, you can always have committee meetings and talk about it, and next year there'll probably be recapture funds again, because nobody's using it.
Yeah, and I think,
And that way you ain't gotta
I
rush
think we
into a
should look
decision.
at doing something to that back of the building anyway.
And maybe
We
you
can
can
look
use
at
it for
that
that.
for next year's budget, maybe even actually budget for it and see if get some costs on it. And then if they, I may talk to Michael and ask him if he gets recaptured funds again, but give us some more time so that we can actually do it rather than, because I think we're gonna, I mean, these.
When
these
they
are-
throw this out 5 months into the year, it's a little, you know,
obviously they're grasping too.
yeah.
I think
They're trying to spend the money, and their guidelines are too stiff for anybody to meet.
Yeah, so,
That's why you've got this recaptured money.
yeah, absolutely, I think that's why it's that money's sitting out there, they gotta spend it.
Well, it sounds like we don't want to take any action on this right now,
I
right?
think, I
You guys
think,
all agree with that?
I think that's my
Okay.
opinion.
Good, but
So, I think we should put them in a motion probably though, so I'll make a motion, we take no action on the, what do they call these, I forget the name.
Recaptured funds?
Yeah, they recaptured, well, that what do they call it,
CDBG?
yeah,
There's nothing else we could
yeah.
I know, yeah.
do with, still apply for it?
Pardon?
Is there anything else we could apply for to use it on?
You gotta remember, you gotta have it in by Friday.
There would be if we had more time. You can do sidewalks, there's different things you can do, but we have no time
enough
to
time.
put the package together. We only had a week, and I think Friday is didn't it Friday when I
Yeah,
contacted you
I
on
think
that?
so, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's when they called Donna.
I got an
and
email.
Donna, yeah, got an email, Donna, and then Michael called me, so. Anyway, I made a motion.
Support,
and,
yes. Stoops?
yeah.
Wilson?
Yes.
Lucas?
Yes.
Murder? Riley?
Yes.
Schneider?
Yes.
Soba?
Yes.
Okay, fire department mutual aid agreement.
This is, excuse me, this is a annual mutual aid agreement with St. Clair County. This is the rest of the fire departments in St. Clair County.
There's just 3 changes, right?
There was 3 operational changes for fire departments, requirements that they have to meet.
I just wanted to ask you a question. So, when it says all participating fire departments must participate in 1 quarterly training drills, is that mandatory for all your guys then?
The department itself, not each individual firefighter, but the department itself.
Okay, that's all I really want. I was just wondering about that.
So the changes were 13, 14, and 15, right?
Yeah.
That was the only changes in the whole mutual. aid
Correct,
agreement.
throughout the thing, yeah, it was just
So
some
the one we-
added operational
the one
stuff.
we blocked
We've got
out.
some fire departments within the county that are not kind of complying with county, like the training and the ID stuff. It's already been in place. It's kind of been a good understanding that they're supposed to be doing this stuff, and there's been some departments in the county that are not doing these things, so now it's in writing saying they must comply to these requirements to meet the mutual aid agreement.
Any other questions?
Nope.
Making a motion?
I'll make a motion and that we approve the mutual aid agreement as amended.
Support.
Wilson?
Yes.
Lucas?
Yes.
Murder?
Yes.
Riley?
Yes.
Schneider?
Yes.
Sofa?
Yes.
Stoops?
Yes. Okay, and then we have the medical control dispatch.
Again, another
A little more complicated, it sounds like.
Again, it's just another agreement that we have to sign every year. This has been in effect for a few years now.
Oh, okay.
It's just, they want this signed by a city official and the fire chief every year.
Do you get dispatched, I know St. Clair counties are dispatched, but you just occasionally get dispatched by Macomb County by, because
Yeah, no, they handle all the calls, whether it's in Macomb County or St. Clair County for us.
yeah, okay, all right. You know, because cell phones go different times.
Yeah, no, but it'll still, if it comes into Macomb County contacts St. Clair County, and St. Clair County dispatches us.
Yeah, okay, all right. Oh, this gotta be.
Any questions?
Yeah.
Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the fire department St. Clair County medical control dispatch.
Support.
Dukas,
Yes.
Martyr,
Yes.
Riley,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
And then we have Enbridge grant. I think we just need a motion to accept it, or?
To accept the grant, yes.
I'll make a motion that we accept the grant from Enbridge in the $100,000.
Support.
Martyr,
Yes.
Riley,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Dukas.
Yes.
I apologize, I have some quotes for that grant, but we can do it for next city council meeting. I didn't have.
Oh, okay.
So I'll have something as to what we're gonna purchase that with. The fire committee discussed it. I didn't get into the packet in time. Our fire committee meeting was Thursday. So the quotes I didn't get in the packet in time, so we'll have it for next city council.
You're looking at different thing. I see the minutes mention a drone, but you're looking at.
Yeah, so we're looking at purchasing the drone with that funding. Each year we apply to Enbridge for a grant, and this is the $1,000 is what they gave us this year. So we're looking at purchasing a drone with that $1,000.
My personal opinion is not try to find something else, but whatever, we can discuss it. I just.
Pretty nice drones for $2,000, eh?
But anyway,
It would be very beneficial to us on certain instances with our lack of resources. But I mean, if you guys want to.
We'll cover this next meeting.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll get out of that.
Yep.
Will you be at the next meeting? Your chief's meeting?
Chiefs meeting, so it would have to be the first one of the next one.
Okay.
So,
No hurry, right?
no.
And then we have part-time agreement?
Yeah, so I had revised the, I'm not sure what you want to call it, the procedure, I guess you could say, for the part-time workers that was discussed in prior meetings. The fire committee has met and we kind of went over this together on Thursday.
this is what I think we discussed prior, because originally it was Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Correct.
And I think we suggested that if you wanted to change that, this allows then you to.
It could
use
possibly
any
be on a
day,
Tuesday
as
or
long as it
Thursday.
don't exceed 1,456 hours, which is actually 28 times 52.
Right, correct.
Yeah, so this makes it, okay.
So this just clarifies that it's not Monday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Correct, it opens it up to be able to utilize it Tuesdays, Thursdays,
Okay.
Saturday possibly.
I just have one question. Is this is basically 28 man hours total?
Correct, one individual firefighter cannot go over 28 hours in one work.
No, but I mean 28 man hours, whether, so
week.
you can have three different people get 28 hours each?
No.
Okay, it's just one person.
Well, you could, as
You
long as
could.
nobody else worked that
You
month.
could,
you
so
know.
this is
But you're
to
using 3
open
weeks up
that
at one time.
situation up.
Oh, okay.
So as long as we don't go over 1,456 hours in
You're
a
good.
total year,
Okay.
it is what this.
Yeah, it's like if you got something going on and you got, 10 guys out there all working the whole week. Could be a big
Correct.
payday.
Sometimes
Big
there's
payday.
events that take place where a couple people will work and then the next week, nobody works.
Yeah,
There's
because
no
you got
events.
that for your total hours. I get it, thanks.
And there's a raise in there too, isn't there?
And isn't there a raise in here too?
Correct, 50 cents. Again, it would not, it's in the budget that was proposed, that was approved. It wouldn't increase the budgets this coming year.
I think we should authorize or approve the 50 cents as well as this document. And this, I would have preferred the 50 cents when we approved everything else. It'd probably been better to do it at that time, but
Okay.
in the future.
Okay.
Somebody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve this proposal from the fire chief to raise the pay rate to $13 per hour and let them work from Saturday to Saturday if they need to.
Support.
As long as they don't exceed
As
1,450.
long as it doesn't.
Riley,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Yes.
Stoops, Wilson,
Yes.
Zupas,
Yes.
Martyr.
Yes.
From the mayor, I have nothing.
You got it, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't change my agenda. So we met with POAM today, and they were asking for a little bit more than this. And so as you can see, if you look down at the bottom of the front page there, this year the budget was for $57,000, and then you can see what these raises do. So even in the third year, it's still comfortably under the part-time line item on our budget.
Yeah, we have been going we used to go 3 years, and then we kind of, when we have kind of a problem, we started year to year, and you get asked me about 3 years, I think, too, so.
So this is a 3-year agreement?
Three-year agreement, yeah. So.
And, I'm sorry, Chief, did,
3-year contracts are the standard in Macomb.
Yeah.
It's the best way to go. You don't want to go more because then in the 4th year, if the city takes a dump because the world crashes, then you're stuck giving them raises. And you don't want to come back every year and do it. So I think the agreement that we agreed to was a good price.
and we're changing the number of hours to just 1 calendar year for their probationary period, and then it's a 3-year agreement, so that's,
The reason we did that is they were 880 hours and they were concerned that that was too many hours, but and I looked at it afterwards. If a guy works 2 days a week, that's pretty much the 800, and that's when most guys are working. So they're gonna hit it anyway, but I'd rather do a year because it's much easier to figure out that that's the day of their hire. And that's what other departments do. They do a year or 2 years probation. So we just made it simpler for us, and they believe that it's less, but it's pretty much close to the same.
Motion?
any more questions?
I'll make a
Oh,
motion.
I do.
Yes.
How many part-timers? Part-time
Well, with
officers?
Terry leaving, we have 7. We'll have, well, Terry's leaving, so we'll have 7 altogether. But a couple of the guys only work 1 day a week, so that's where I'm trying to get them to work.
7 part-time and you.
Yes. It'll actually be, I'm sorry, it'll be actually Jason, 6, right? So it's gonna be 6 plus me when Terry leaves, but depending on what happens with Terry's job, whether I have to hire another guy or if one of these internal guys takes that position.
Terry was full-time.
No, he was part-time the whole time.
Oh, okay.
The school always paid for him. When I first came in, we paid a little bit of his wages. But because he hit the age where he couldn't work as many hours because of Social Security, he dropped it down now, and for the last 6 months, only the school, we haven't been paying anything towards it.
Yeah, because you work 4 days, like 6 hours, basically,
It's
right?
gonna, in the new one that they're talking, yeah, it was 4 days, from 7:30 a.m. to 3:30, that's what he was working before. Now he's only till 1 p.m. 3 days a week because it's at the end, and we're hoping to get the full days on Monday through Thursday and possibly Friday at the school. Go for that.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'll make a motion that we approve the police union contract.
Support.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Zupas,
Yes.
Martyr,
Yes.
Riley.
Yes. I still have nothing, Kurt. Larry?
Two things. got a problem with our dialer at the arsenic plant, and we're just gonna have to replace.
This is an auto dialer that lets Bart know if there's a problem with any of the wells or the arsenic plant itself?
The arsenic plant, yeah.
Just the arsenic
Just
plant?
the arsenic plant. And he got one quote that was close to $6,000, and he's got, working on another, he thinks that somewhere around 4,000, but we don't have a set price yet, and so it'll be something that will have to be done, so we'll go ahead and do it, but we will bring it back to council when we get the approval of the expenditure. And the second thing, we got the quote in for the lagoon, doing that, and we don't have the final contract yet, but the figure that we got.
The bank stabilization, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The stabilization of the lose our lot of dollar there. The price is $72,652, but we should have a contract actually to sign for the next council meeting, so I will bring that, or we will bring that in and okay it at that time. And that's all I have.
So the dialer, we're just gonna get it, right?
Yeah, we have to do it.
Right, that's gonna come out of his equipment.
It'll be repaired. So,
That's it?
yeah, that's all I have.
Thank you. Ken?
No, sir.
Robbie?
I'm good, thanks.
Yeah? Jason?
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you.